I learned about the Conservancy when I had moved back to this area, and there was a write-up in the newspaper about a bog that I had been to as a child with my grandfather, and we had seen pitcher plants there. And they were doing a cleanup there. And I read about it, and they were looking for volunteers, and I said, well, I've never heard of the Nature Conservancy, but that sounds like a fun thing to do. So a friend and I went, and we were working out there helping them clean up that bog. And I decided then that this seemed like a really good idea. They weren't like just talking about it, they were actually doing it. And so then I decided, I think I want to know a little bit more about this organization, and from there I joined the Nature Conservancy. I think I grew into a commitment to nature primarily through my grandfather. When I was a very little girl growing up, my mother had a number of children under me. I was the oldest. And I think it was his way actually of giving her a break, having the toddler off. And for me, it was just so exciting. We would go to wherever. We might go to a bog, we might go to the water, to the lakes, or we might go to Lake Michigan even and wander around the sand dunes. We just would go lots of wonderful places, and even very simple places, and he would show me how to recognize a morel mushroom, or how to, spot wild strawberries and eat them in the nature, in their natural environment. And it just awoke in me at a very young age that commitment to things in their natural state. I think the Conservancy is effective because it goes out and just gets that land and protects it right now, even if it has to buy it. It doesn't count on, that being, a developer not coming next week and offering $100,000 for that, prime land. It goes out and spends money or gets the commitment now to preserve it for hopefully, all generations to come. I just think it's the overall attitude, the attitude that the Nature Conservancy wants to preserve the land as it was originally created, as opposed to changing it in any way. So the fact that they want to keep it, not having things that, you go in and you remove certain things that aren't native to the area because they don't really fit. I think it's great to have things that are not native to an area in your own backyard, maybe, as long as it doesn't invade everybody else's backyard. But when you're in nature, it's nice to see it as it was originally produced or created. I really don't have one thing I want to preserve that is an entity like a frog or a toad or a special bird or a special tree. Because to me, nature has an effect that is like a biosphere. It's a total effect. And what I would like to say would be that total effect. The effect of serenity and peace and completeness that you can't get any other way but to be one-on-one with something that is totally natural. It was basically, I was rewriting my will, and I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted it to be what I believed. And one of the things I very strongly believe in, something that's been wonderful for me all of my life, has been nature. I mean, if I am struggling over some highly technical piece that I'm working on, for instance, I write a lot about building automation, and that can get a little hairy. But then to be able to just come out and watch the birds fly around, and I have to explain how they do that, it's just refreshing. And I wanted that refreshment to always be a part of this earth in some way or another. And the Nature Conservancy is a way to do that. So I thought I needed to, like the Conservancy, put my money where my mouth was. I would say if you go out and spend quiet time with nature on any kind of a regular basis, I wouldn't have to say anything. They'll just feel it.